YouTubers. Me and my son just got through switching this gearbox out. As you can see, it's got the manual gearbox. It has the good one, which is the 4 bolts on top. There is a difference. The 3 bolt is an 82 to 84. The 4 bolt on top is 85 to 93. This gearbox has the same pitman arm diameter as the power steering box. Now we just switched this out, and I had a power steering box on this truck. I've got a corporate 10 bolt. As you can see, there's my stop right here. There's the stop for the axle where it pops up against the back of the housing right here. Okay. Now, the old box, which is laying in there on the floor, the old box would come about 3/8 of an inch short of those 2 stops hitting on either side. Now, this box here, I turned it from lock to lock, and it is 7 1/4 turns. Putting this box on the truck, the axle now will turn from lock to lock on both sides. And you can see my drag link is run to the driver's side. I did not do a crossover because I wanted to run a sway bar. 2-wheel drive frame, 2-wheel drive sway bar. There is the drop pitman arm for an 88 to 02 full-size Chevy truck. And you can see how close it gets to the frame. You're not going to get anything any longer. So you guys, I don't know, it should be the same on a Dana 44, but that gearbox, which is a 27-5002, again, is an A1 Cardone number. It is a 27-5002, 85 and up to 93 S10 manual steering box. It has 4 bolts on the top of it, not 3. You don't want the 3 bolt. But like I said, we just jacked this up and turned it, and it went stop to stop and still had a little extra to put force on it. I could probably screw my stops in all the way and it'd still turn. So, you guys know that. You don't need that shock. Okay? You don't need a steering stabilizer shock on this. For 2 reasons. 1, you just don't need it. 2, it's too much on that gearbox. You got to think that's a 2-wheel drive or anything. It's for an S10. It's not made to turn big tires. But if you want to run what I did, I got a Super Lift 3-inch spacer, Blue Torch fab arm, piece of DeWalt tubing, and 2 1-ton tie rod ends. And there you are. And that paint chipped off is not from that hitting that. That's chipped off of me smacking the bastard with a hammer. It don't interfere. If you turn all the way to the left and bind it, it'll just barely touch. I take those out, drop that down 1 inch with a spacer like you'd run for a lift kit, and that problem there's gone. We already know that. But I wanted to make a video for any of you guys doing solid axle swaps. There's the manual gearbox. Brand new one. I bought a new one, not a rebuilt one. $169.99 rebuilt, $180 core, or you can buy a brand new one for $349. And you can see I'm still using the Jeep shaft, Camaro headers. Yeah, and my header's got a little smash on it. That's what happens when motor mount breaks. So, as you can see, there's all the clearance. Steering columns moved over 1.5 inches, plated back through the firewall with 1/4 inch aluminum diamond plate. And I put through 4 3/8 bolts in it instead of little 10mm headed fuckers. But there you go, people. Remedy if you have an issue with your steering not working, and this box turns fairly easy with a 35-inch tire just sitting here on the concrete. You don't have to manhandle it that much. Showing the old box. There's the old box. And what I mean by you don't want the 3-bolt box is because both these shafts are 32 spline. And as you notice, you got 4 splines. Okay, when you buy that pitman arm I've got out there on mine, and I think I got it from Off-Road Direct. I'd have to look. There's nothing marking to line this up like there is on an OEM arm. What you have to do is center your steering, center your box, and like when I took mine off, you could see where the wider grooves were on my pitman arm, so I knew where to go back with it. You want to turn you a new box all the way locked and turn it back and get it right dead in the middle. Put your arm facing straight in line. But you want to make sure you line these up. So if it's like a tooth or two cocked, that's fine. That's where it should be. Is a tooth or two off. It's not going to be perfect. As you can see that one right there. It's not perfect. It's turned just a little bit. But the 3-bolt box, this is a different diameter 32 spline than the 4-bolt. And you can see this is 4-bolt. As I turn it over, so I eliminated the power steering. Look at all that dirt and shit. That's from 2 years, almost 3 years, just sitting, collecting dust, and then the oil leaking all over it. But that's the puppy. So that is what you need to do the manual swap. And you guys might like the power steering. I'd rather have the manual just because that gearbox turns as far as what it does. It's 7 1/4 turns lock to lock. Yeah. To where the 3-bolt box is only 6 turns lock to lock. Gotta go get me some floor dry. I fucked the garage floor up inside the house garage and wife kicked my ass. This is only on loan to me because I'm building her truck sitting in here. Oh. Right. Yep. We're going to set the hood on this because it's supposed to rain tonight up here in Leavenworth. I live in Leavenworth, Kansas, if anybody wants to know. I'm about 2 miles from the federal penitentiary. It's nice because the cops don't fuck with you up here. There's nobody stupid enough to come up here between the fact that you have the federal prison up here, the police force, of course. You have Fort Leavenworth, which the military prison's in there, so you've got MPs. And then next to that, you have got the, what's those agents Jack is, Matt? ICE agents, which are Homeland Security, Immigrations, and Customs agent. So you got enough Fed boys up here that they don't put up no shit. So the police force don't really screw with nobody because everybody's good people. So we're going to put that hood on this truck. Red and green. Look like a fucking Christmas ornament. Until I get a cow hood for it. I'm debating whether or not I want a 6-inch or a 4-inch. So, but that or I might build something different. Everybody puts cow hoods on these trucks. They're like generic, like putting on a pair of underwear. But I'm going to set you up here. And I'll see maybe if it's